Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So one thing I talk about this with other guests on the pod. I like origin stories. I like prequels.
Okay.
So I ask a lot of prompting questions about background before we get into like real estate stuff. Where'd you grow up?
Well, so that's a little complicated.
Okay.
I was in a military family.
Okay.
So I was born in New York State. And then we moved from New York State to Alabama to California.
Holy cow.
And we kind of moved every 2 years. So being a military brat, I'm very familiar with moving frequently and changing schools and all of that. So when we moved to Maryland, my dad retired, as many people do, and then worked at the Pentagon. So I have been here since 1984.
Wow.
And then I went to school downtown Annapolis. And then I went to college in Colorado at Colorado State University. And then I was recruited by Microsoft while I was in college. And then I came back here to help launch Office 97.
No kidding. Yeah. Holy cow. Oh my God.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
So then I've been here ever since. And then met my husband, who was born and raised here, and raised our 2 kids, or still raising our 2 kids.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cool. So you said you went to Colorado State?
For a little while, yes.
Okay. So we had Travis on. I think he went there as well.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. Yeah. He said, I knew that I wanted to get out of Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where I wanted to go, but I knew I wanted to ski.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
But yeah, he said it was great. I had one friend from South River who went to Colorado State. She lives up in Boston area now, but she had a great time.
It's beautiful. It's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Colorado in general, the Denver area has changed so much. But it's just it's really probably the perfect state. Well, it'll be perfect if it had a beach.
Yeah.
But you can't get better weather than Colorado.
It is pretty awesome. What made you want to go there?
So, family. So my parents met there, and we have family that live there. So I want to go to college. I was used to moving every couple of years, so it was weird when we stopped moving. So I wanted to go someplace where I had family that I could rely on, and because I was new and going to college, and so it was a great experience for me to go to college but still have family close by.
Yeah, that's nice. What do you want to study?
I don't really know what I wanted to study. When I started, I don't think I had an idea, because my mom was an artist, my dad was in the military, so it's not like I had somebody that I wanted to take over a family business or anything. But I think as I got through college and was taking classes, business just sort of seemed to interest me in those classes. So it was in between psychology and business, which they go together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, fast forward now, it's kind of translated pretty nicely. What's it like getting recruited by Microsoft in college?
It was very interesting. I didn't really know what to expect. And it's sort of like everything in life, when you just take advantage of opportunities as they come along. Yeah. And it was a great opportunity, and it led to a great tech career that I had before this career. And I was able to travel and meet so many different people. And then that parlayed into, I helped launch the Sony Memory Stick. Do you remember those?
Oh my God. Wow.
So I would do the CES shows, and I remember we were at CES, and under this box glass case, there was this 1 gigabyte memory stick, and people were so blown away by that. And I would stand there, and people would look at it, and I'd answer questions, but I just remember that. And then after that, I helped launch Push to Talk, which was the Motorola Push to Talk, which was akin to the Nextel, those things. So
those were far and away the most popular thing that you could. It was like the distant second during my high school years was the Sidekick thing that you could flip out. But the kids that had the Nextels or the Motorola's, that they could just chirp at each other all day.
Yes.
I don't know how the teachers dealt with it. It was brutal. So you got where did Microsoft tab you? Like
Uh,
where did they have you? Where did they have you starting out, or were you just kind of floating around?
so I came back here and I did public information training sessions, and then the training session. I was a technical trainer, so I did training sessions for the public and for the employees at wherever they sold the software,
Okay.
which I can't even remember all the names. There used to be a lot of places.
Oh yeah.
So I would just do information sessions, training sessions, that sort of thing.
Gotcha. Do you look at like where we're at on technology right now and think, holy shit,
Well,
this is crazy?
it's funny because when I met my husband, I was building my own computers and
Oh my
I had,
God.
dial up and all these things. And he just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And so, and then he's just far away exceeded. I mean, he knows more about technology and computers than I ever. I mean, it's not my jam anymore. But just the speed at which things have developed. Oh, another funny story. I was one of the beta testers for texting.
Really?
Yes. And I had a phone. You remember the phone where you had to hit like 222-555?
Oh my God, the
So,
TTY
yes.
texting.
Yes. So my husband, who wasn't my husband at the time, we were dating. We both had phones and we were testing text messaging. I'm like, this is so dumb. This will never take off.
I remember thinking the same thing. I was like, this is taking way too much time.
People are never going to do this. They're just going to pick up the phone and call. This is so stupid. Well, little did I know. That's all I ever want to do now.
That's it. In fact, the thought of a call is like, oh,
I know. Don't call me. Just
don't
text
call me, please, God, don't. I like my privacy. That is wild,
Mhm.
man. So you transitioned to real estate.
Mhm.
Was there something in between the tech sales and real estate?
Yes. So I thought I wanted to be a teacher for a little while. So
Oh yeah.
I substitute taught and I loved it. It was great. Kindergartners. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. They're so cute. And then we were looking to buy our first house and we had a horrible, horrible experience. I went through 7 real estate agents.
Oh my God.
Mhm. And then I was like, you know what? So we found our house, our first house. We bought it unrepresented, which is silly now that I'm in the industry. And then when we went to sell it, I'm like, you know what? I could do this. I could list this. So I tried to do the for sale by owner route.
Yep.
Of course, I got contacted by every agent and it was just a nightmare. But it was 2005. So it was kind of the heart of
Oh
the
yeah.
market. And I thought this will sell in 2 days.
Right.
So it didn't. And people would make appointments and they wouldn't show up. And I had a newborn and it was really annoying. So we had an agent and she approached us and she said, if I could sell your house for what you want, including my commission, would you let me list your house? I said, done. And it sold in 4 days for way over what we had listed it for sale by owner.
Dang.
So we developed a connection and I became her assistant because I had a newborn. And then I just sort of fell in love with real estate.
Is she still in the business?
She isn't. No.
No.
No, I kind of got kicked out of the nest. So then I was perfectly happy to be an assistant. I was not looking to get out there and do it on my own. So,
Man. Well, yeah, people underestimate real estate, especially in those early days, and how freaking brutal it can be.
Brutal.
Speaking of, walk me through your first deal. What was that like?
Oh my gosh. I don't remember my first, it was over 20 years ago. So I don't remember my first deal. I remember my biggest deal.
Okay, go.
So I met a couple. I sold their house in Annapolis. They were a lovely couple. It was a great transaction. They loved me. And she said, hey, my sister's been trying to sell her house for a long time and I'm going to introduce you to her. I would love for you to work with her. And I said, great. So I said, where does she live? She said, St. Michael's. And I said, okay,
Perfect.
I love it. I love St. Michael's. So she introduced me to her sister who had, at the time, it was probably 7, 8 years ago.
Okay.
It was a $3.5 million property, and I had never had a sale that big. I had never done waterfront. So I actually brought on another agent, which I think more agents should do if they're not
Yeah.
experienced
Yeah.
in the market or doing a particular type of property they haven't done before. But I was just so blown away. And it was funny because sometimes I think in this industry, you have a little bit of imposter syndrome where you're like,
No doubt.
what am I going to do with this property? How am I going to sell that? I've never done anything like
Right.
this. And it just all flowed so seamlessly. But because I brought in an agent who had twice as much experience as I had, she knew everything back to front, everything waterfront. I felt this level of comfort.
That's good.
So that let me go through this process, take on this huge listing, and then learn. And then I just sort of parlayed that into other listings that were around that one.
Yeah.
But it was huge. It was a huge deal, and it included the furniture and everything. You know how that. So it was a huge learning experience for me, and I will never forget it because actually on my way to settlement, I got a call that the dog that we wanted to adopt was ready. And so me and the co-listing agent, she's like, let's just go pick up the dog. And I said, but we're on our way to a settlement for a $3.5 million property. She's like, just go get the dog.
Bring the dog.
Just go get the dog, drop it off. So the dog that we have now, she came with me. We picked the dog up. I dropped the dog off with my family and we went to settlement.
That is awesome. Oh my God.
It's good.
When did you start a team?
2015.
And why'd you do that?
This industry can be very isolating and can
No
be
doubt.
extremely competitive. And I don't work well in that. And I think when I started out in the business, the company that I worked for was very competitive, and they, would have all these, this is what everybody's done this month. And
Right.
it was very difficult to sort of thrive in that environment. So within that, I wanted to create a team, but I wanted to create a team that I would want to be part of.
Yep.
So therefore, I wanted to make sure my team, the name was not, and we're transitioning names right now, but I wanted it to be a name that wasn't my name.
Yeah.
I wanted people to be able to build their brand underneath the team. I wanted longevity. I just didn't want a churn and burn and a high turnover rate.
Yep.
So they get to keep their, what's the word I'm looking for? Why am I missing it? Their production.
Yeah.
So they get to keep their production. So I just wanted the collaboration because I'm
Yep.
a huge collaborator, and
Yep.
I wanted a group that we could rely on because again, if you want to get busy, you go on vacation and then all of a sudden everybody wants to do everything. So I wanted a group of people that I could say, hey, I'm out of town or I'm not available for this, but so-and-so can step in and I know that they'll be well taken care of. And then when it comes to marketing or it comes to client events or things like that, it's always about collaboration or, hey, I have this new listing. Do you have any particular ideas about that? That is sort of the thing that I wanted to build. So that's in essence why I started it.
Well, that speaks to me. I mean, did the same thing. I kept running into issues recruiting agents with them being like, well, how am I supposed to build my brand under your umbrella?
Right.
Because a lot of times teams, when you're set up for one person, it's, you have these agents that you bring on, you train them, you spend a bunch of time with them, and then they inevitably flee the coop.
Right.
And I didn't really want that. I wanted people to have more of a collaborative experience, more of a team, not necessarily a profit share model, but I want them to all feel valued.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Absolutely.
So that makes sense. Plus, isn't it so much easier to sell hey, for the price of one person, you're getting 5, 6 of us, 4 of us, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's just nice. And you guys are very, very much about the relationship and the experience above all that.
Definitely.
Quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. And I know we're very aligned on that as well, because I don't ever want to be the biggest or sell the most. I want people to have good experiences, and then the word of mouth. I would rather walk away from something, or just I need to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
And so I always want to have my clients' interests first and foremost. And I know you're the same way.
Yeah.
And there are agents in this industry, and you see things behind the scenes, and it just is not how you would do business.
Yeah.
And I never, ever, ever I want to be more of a boutique. So it doesn't matter. We don't ever say, hey, this is how many houses we've sold, or, this, how many, whatever, amount we've sold for this year. That doesn't matter to us. We want to have client events. We want our clients to share, just have great experiences. And the greatest compliment is, when I've been invited to weddings of
Yeah.
clients, or anniversary parties, or baby showers, or things like that. Or I've worked with the parents, and now the parents have given my name to their children. And that to me is more than anything.
That's honestly, that's probably the most underrated
Yeah.
part of
Mhm.
this, because general public looks at the check basically, and they're like, oh God, that's too much money. It's like, okay,
Right.
well, I've talked about this with a couple of other agents. I've said, like, we take a lot of risk
Right.
on. It's a high risk, high reward
Correct.
business. It's also not that much when it comes down to like an hourly rate.
Correct.
If we were to chop it up that way.
Yep.
But I'm totally with you on the experience and being totally relational, because that's like, how am I going to say this in a way that will make the most sense? I think your value that you see for yourself comes in how you make others feel.
Absolutely.
And so when you get invited to drinks with clients, or you get invited over to somebody's birthday party or somebody's wedding, or they say, hey, just called because I'm thinking about you. I passed your name on to a friend of mine who's like, there's like almost no better feeling.
No.
Like, yeah, the checks, like, especially when you're first starting out, like you need the money, and it's like, it matters. Right. But over time, those checks become more of a relief that it worked out, in my opinion. And then you're focused more on, at least I am, and I know that you are too, more on like, all right, did I do the best job that I could have for that
Absolutely
client? And if I couldn't, what can I do better next time? Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's when you make it more about the people than you do about the numbers, it just has a different impact on you. And in my opinion, more positively.
Absolutely.
So you're not focused on everything as a transaction.
No, and you're right. And it's not the transaction. It is, and you see the people, and everybody's different. Everybody has a different story. Everybody has different ways that they like to go throughout the transaction. And so just having that experience, that's why I like when we're meeting with other agents, or we have that collaboration, and we can share stories about how certain things have been overcome, or different strategies that people have. Because I've been doing this over 20 years, and still don't know everything. I know a lot of things, but I feel like I can always be better and learn, and get experience from it. It doesn't matter from what agent, from how long they've been in the business, but I can always feel like I can learn more from clients or other agents.
And being in it 20 years, you've seen like a couple of different waves in consumer behaviors and stuff like that. So you would think that's an advantage with client being like, actually, I've been through it long enough to see a couple of different waves like this, or interest rates like this. So here's what I would expect moving forward. Here's what we're seeing right now. I mean, real estate's a funny business, but it is like a prediction game, but you can't, I mean, God, especially the last couple of years, it's been damn near impossible to pick that stuff out. What do you think's changed the most for either consumers or agents over the last couple of years?
I think all the noise. I think just
that's louder.
And I think that I think there are going to be a lot of agents that are getting out of the business who got into it because they saw a TV show and they thought it was
Right.
super easy, and we just go to lunch all the time and negotiate
It
stuff.
does sound awesome. I'm not going to lie. It sounds awesome.
It does sound amazing, but it's not reality. And it's an extremely stressful job. It's a very rewarding job, but it's an extremely stressful job. But I think that the more that that goes away, and the more that people see what we really do or have those great experiences, because sometimes I think even the best agents just don't know how to quantify or to show all the things we do on the back end,
Yeah,
because we do so much on the back end.
I know.
And so I think we sometimes make it look too easy. So people think, oh, you just make all that money, and what do you do for it? And they just don't really understand everything, all the relationship building, all the hours, all the things. I mean, really, truly, we didn't ever get a day off. I mean, I
No.
was working in Disney World. I mean, I was having a C-section, and there was a settlement happening, and I'm like texting before I get, it's just.
Do you know how like insanely common that has become? Is
Yeah.
like how many women have been like in labor.
Yes.
Like, just a quick, before I get
Right.
this next push out, I do want to go ahead here and send this email off to make sure that the client didn't forget we have walkthrough in 3 days.
Right.
It's crazy to me. You guys, like, of all the times that the only times that I've ever like turned my phone off have been like when my children have been born. It wasn't off for very long,
Right.
but it's like, do you not feel like, oh my God, if I don't do this, then I'm not serving them the best?
Right. And I think that is the key behind it, is because you are so invested in how this is for your clients, and you care so much that is how you treat it. You treat it like it's your own. And I think that's the part that people don't understand. And I think and maybe people, I think a lot of this has to do with people, whoever started the lawsuit probably didn't have a good experience.
Probably not.
And probably felt like this was a waste of money. They got paid way too much. There are so many agents out there that their clients feel like, oh my gosh, they deserve every penny of all of this, because they handled this like a trooper from beginning to end, and were so professional and kept us out of legal trouble and guided us the entire way. So I think all the noise is going to sort of thin out the herd, so to speak.
I think so.
And then I think people really understand. But I also think agents need to be better about really communicating what things are happening behind the scenes, because if you make it look too easy, people don't understand all the things that you're doing.
And then they're not seeing the value because they're not seeing it.
Correct.
Yeah. And that's a hard thing to articulate.
Yeah.
But the tech stuff, with your background and stuff, how does that kind of play into your client strategy?
So can I get into the brokerage?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No doubt.
So, oh my God, my hair is crazy. You didn't tell me my hair is crazy. Oh,
I thought it looked great.
Oh my gosh, you're such a guy. Okay. Gosh, goodness. Okay. So
it looks awesome. You're good. I promise.
All right. So before coming to Compass, the brokerages that I've been with previously, they were kind of all over the place, and you had to go to 18 different apps or whatever to do. This is all sort of streamlined, and it helps because you're in communication with your client in one centralized location. So everything is there. And that, I think, has been what has been missing from all my other experiences with all the other brokerages, because everything was just piecemealed. And you can't really have a seamless transition or a seamless experience when things are MacGyvered together. It just doesn't work. And so here I feel like you have everything from beginning to end. So you can invite them in. You have all of your material, which we used to have separately, your buyer consultation, your listing presentation, your CMA, everything is there for people to see from beginning to end, which also helps again with the value proposition, because there is a central location that people can see what's going on, what you've done, because otherwise it's just emails floating in the ether.
Right.
And so I think that is a huge portion of what is going to make people understand all the work, because it's all compiled into one central location that people can be reminded, oh yeah, look, we did do the CMA. This is the buyer presentation or the listing presentation, or these are the documents, or this, whatever it is, it's all together. So it's a constant reminder of, here's the timeline of where we've been. Here's all the documents that I've gone through with you. Here's everything. And it's a full experience altogether.
Yeah. It just makes it seamless
Yeah.
for a client, like truly seamless
Yeah.
for a client to be able to just have one spot for everything. So that's huge. That's huge. Well, tell me about, you mentioned your highest deal
Mhm.
that you've had. Do you have any other signature deal or achievement? Something that has, like, something that stands out to you where you're really proud of it?
I have a client. They're now like a family of clients.
Okay.
So I started out with the parents. I met them at an open house, and I think it took them 4 years to find something. So that's not common, but they were looking for something pretty specific.
Yeah.
And so then I helped them, and then their one son, I helped their son and his girlfriend, fiance at the time, and then I helped his brother, and so it just sort of all fell in line. And I feel like, and now that's parlayed into something bigger, which I'm not going to name here, but and so I think it just starting with that one and treating those people like, okay, I know what you want and I know it's going to take a while, but we're in it together. Did take a long time, but that just showed them what type of person I was. So then they trusted me with their children, which is huge.
That's huge.
And then one of their children is involved with an organization, and then that parlayed into something bigger, which I'm really proud of.
That's cool.
So I think that's probably one that stands out.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. So you met them at an open house,
Mhm.
and 4 years is a long time to be
It
looking.
was a long time.
I've had a couple that have
Yeah.
waited that long.
Yeah.
What'd you learn from that experience? Is it patience? Is it just constantly building?
I think patience, but I really enjoyed working with them, because sometimes I think people, one of the key things I think people need to understand when working with an agent is communication, and it works both ways. So if you're like, this is what I'm looking for, this is something specific, and those parameters change, you need to tell the agent that
Yeah.
those parameters have changed.
Exactly.
Because these people were wonderful, because I knew exactly what they were looking for, and that did not change. And we eventually found it. Sometimes people get impatient. I feel like in the more recent years, they get impatient, and then the parameters that you originally said have changed. And then they're frustrated because they're now looking elsewhere and trying to find things. And we have a great network of properties that we can find and really hone into, potentially off market, but we need to know what those are.
Yeah.
So what was the original question? How'd I go down that?
Oh my God. I've already forgotten. Learning from that experience.
So I think making sure that you tell clients at any time, because this is the other key that people do all the time, and I'm sure you've experienced this. They'll say, this is my budget. I'm up to $1 million. Okay, if you're telling me you're up to $1 million in this market, I might go say, oh, we'll go up a little bit, because things tend to sit on a little bit longer, but I won't ever change that parameters. And then they're sending you a $1.3 million property.
Yes.
And they're like,
and you're like, I'm not getting 300 grand off of this thing. What?
And they're like, well, this goes into my search. Well, you need to communicate that. So I think making sure you set communication expectations with your clients ahead of time is huge.
The two-way communication part of that is great.
Yes.
Well
making sure
said.
my hair is not
No, you're good. You're good. Do you have a favorite neighborhood in Annapolis to sell in?
No, I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite neighborhood that
What about like a niche? Do you like any type of property the most?
Um, I think it depends on the house. I
Okay.
think there are certain houses I get really excited about. I had a listing recently that was so it was it was like you took a house in DC and then you transplanted it
Oh
here in
yeah.
Rowan County.
Oh yeah.
And that I was really exciting because it was so different that uh I just got really excited about
I love
that.
that. I love unique
Yeah.
places like that that can stand out, or something that seems like it's from like a different metropolis.
Yes.
Almost, you know what I mean?
Anything different, I think
Yeah,
is what I
different,
get
but like thoughtful and well done.
Yes.
Not different
Mhm.
where it's like, holy shit, were they
Yeah.
on mushrooms
Right.
when they built this? Um,
That's a lot of waterfront properties, by the way.
there
Like
is a tremendous amount of them.
they're
It's
very taste specific, I call it, and I don't know why that is.
it's because people have too much money at that point, and then they're like, we're just gonna do what we feel like doing, and they have bad taste
And
most of the
let's
time.
not take advantage of the view, okay? Let's definitely not do that.
And go ahead and etch a seashell into each window while you're at it, and charge me 3 times as much so that I can communicate this to my listing
Correct.
agent when I
Yeah.
want to sell. These were custom etched
Correct.
windows.
Yes.
Okay. Like they're going to come out
Yep.
within 2 weeks, buddy. So, um, what's the best advice you ever received as an agent?
Not to take things personally.
That's hard not to.
It is hard not to. But one of the things in one of the classes I was in, the interesting way to think about it is buyer says, seller says. Because I think agents, you can feel personally invested, but I think agents tend to insert themselves.
Yes.
You can't insert yourself. It is buyer says, seller says. And you can always tell when you're working with an agent who needs the paycheck.
Yeah. Well,
Always
yes.
tell. And it's always buyer says, seller says. And literally the people that are like, well, no. You're not
There's
in
no
the,
we.
nope. Buyer says, seller says. And I think that's the best advice I got.
I like that advice. What do you think one thing clients misunderstood or misunderstand most about the market is?
Currently,
Yeah.
that it's going to be okay.
We'll be all right.
We'll be all right. We'll be okay. It's chaotic, but I think people just they need to not listen to the noise.
Yeah. Well,
Focus locally. Focus locally. Always, 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 and stop listening to the national. There's no national real estate like focus locally always, and I think that'll be helpful.
what's one thing that is on your desk or in your bag every day, not your phone?
Chapstick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, this time of year,
Yeah.
and honestly, I don't have any on me right now, which is upsetting.
Wow.
Almost all the time we
Yes.
have chapstick
Uh-huh.
here. It's a necessity. Favorite local business to unwind or meet clients at?
Lately I've had clients who've wanted to go to not the corporate coffee shops. So like Big Bean, Red Bean. There's one on Bestgate. And the one in West Annapolis.
Yeah. Yep.
Those Bean Rush,
Yep.
Bean Rush, Big
Yep.
Bean, Red Bean, all bean.
A lot
Curate
of beans.
is another one.
Curate's another one.
Yeah,
Oh
on
my
West Street.
God.
Mm-hmm.
I like that
Yeah.
too. I like that too.
Yeah.
You can get bored with a Starbucks interior.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
It's just it feels local. It feels good.
Like one of my friends' wives was always like, you are going to support local business. And the husband would be like, I could just buy the book on Amazon. Like it'll be here tomorrow. And she's like, no, you will go to a local bookstore and you will buy the book from them. Okay. That was still very good friends of ours. Has always stuck with me, but that is a fun thing to do.
It is.
Go and support local business.
I love supporting local businesses. I I've started the pet project with interviewing local businesses. I love it. I think it's really important. And I think now people are taking more of that into consideration.
Yeah.
And I think people forget about it because of the convenience. But if you sort of take the convenience portion out of it and just sort of get into your local community, I mean, that's how the communities thrive.
Exactly.
And so I think it's really important.
Well, it goes back to the relationship building thing. I think it's cool, man. Imagine if you were out there and opening up a coffee shop, and like, wouldn't you want your community to come out and support you? So just trying to put yourself in other people's shoes. That's really cool. What's one luxury feature that you think is overrated?
Oh gosh. Okay. This is probably going to be an unpopular opinion. I think the stupid pot filler.
Okay, that's what I was going to say too.
I hate the stupid pot filler because once it's filled, you have to lift it up and take it and dump it out. Like it's only
like, I get it. It
saves
looks cool.
one trip. And then it's like, what happens if it breaks behind the wall? I mean, that's a whole nightmare.
Forget it. So that's been on my list of like, for years, honestly. Like, it does look damn good.
It does.
All right. I got you.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Uh-huh.
Practical?
No.
I don't get it. What's one that's underrated?
Heated bathroom floors.
Oh my God.
Underrated.
Oh my God. You're so right.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's one book, podcast, or movie that any deal maker should watch, read, or listen to?
Well, this is going to be super just, I don't know, very vanilla at the moment. But I really do think the Let Them by Mel Robbins, I think that is really big, especially for this industry. Because I do think people tend to get wrapped up. It's sort of like that don't take things personally. I think that is probably very poignant for this industry and how stressful, and I think it's a good roadmap for getting people sort of in the right mindset.
I like that. If someone were to play you in a movie about your life, who's going to play you?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, I get all the time. I did a little thing with Jennifer Franciati. She's not an actress. But years ago, I was on pretending to be her. It was like a lookalike thing. People tell me I look like her. I look very familiar, but I don't get, no one says, oh, you look like so-and-so. So I don't know. Actress, I don't know. That's a good one.
I haven't asked the question before to anybody. So you would be breaking the mold here. I get Napoleon Dynamite for me sometimes, or his brother Kip.
Oh, all right.
It's unpleasant. Well, what's next for you and the team?
We're changing our name.
Okay.
We're rebranding.
Okay. Do you know what it is yet?
Maybe.
Thinking about it. Too early to
like a baby. It's like a baby. We haven't birthed it yet, so I haven't.
But whatever it is, it's just like a baby. Whatever it is, it's amazing.
I know,
that's the best.
So once it's in print, no one can have an opinion.
Exactly.
About it.
That's right. As soon as it's in print, it's it. It.
Oh, you know who? The actress I would love. From Friday Night Lights, the wife.
Oh my God. Is it Connie?
Yes.
Connie Britton.
Yes. Love her.
Yeah. She's so good. Any advice for agents that are trying to scale without losing their personal touch?
Do it slowly. Don't try and do it all at once. But I think starting with an assistant first.
Yeah.
I think that assistant transaction coordinator, I think that'll help you scale.
Agreed. That's like the number one thing that you hear from agents all the time. First hire, it's got to be an assistant. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to survive. Where can listeners follow you or reach you if they want to buy, sell, or just learn from you?
Instagram is JENN.Chino, CHINO. My Jennifer Chino is my name. And search that in Annapolis. I come up a lot.
Beautiful. Yeah, you do. All right. Perfect. Well, we'll put the social handles in the caption, description of the episode. You guys can check out Jen, reach out to her for any real estate needs. If you took value from today's conversation, share this episode with a fellow agent, investor, or entrepreneur, or anybody looking to buy and sell. All right. So follow Dealmakers on your favorite platforms. We'll catch you on the next one. Jen, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.